Welcome students. My previous presentation on intelligence test scores dealt with mental age and IQ, intelligent quotient. And now today I will be talking about various types of intelligence tests, how we classify these tests. Psychologists have made several attempts to define intelligence. There are numerous definitions of intelligence. For Binet, it is a general intellectual capacity. For Spearman, intelligence is defined in terms of both general factor and specific factor. For Thurston, it is a combination of group of traits. Guilford explain it through a three-dimensional structure of intellect. These definitions mark out that there has been a consistent attempts and lot of research done to define intelligence. These definitions point out that intelligence is a general set of mental abilities like like the ability to think abstractly, to adjust to one's environment, to solve problems, to profit by experience, to perceive relationship, ability to learn, ability to discriminate and select. Considering the inability of the psychologist to put forward a comprehensive definition of intelligence acceptable by all, Boring says intelligence is what an intelligence test measures. To enhance our understanding in this respect, let us now have a look on different types of intelligence tests and on the basis of which these tests are classified. The first basis of the classification is the basis of test administration. On the basis of administration, intelligence tests are classified as individual tests and group tests. Individual test and group test may be compared on the following points. Individual tests are administered to one person at a time, whereas a group test can be administered to many persons at a time. Individual test requires skilled and experienced administrator who is well aware of the testing procedures and test administration. Group tests are self-explanatory in nature, so moderately experienced administrator can manage the test. Individual tests are difficult to construct. It is time-consuming process and it is too costly as compared to group test construction. Writing of items, standardizing it on a representative sample, writing instructions, deciding scoring procedure, and setting other parameters of the test is a difficult task. In individual tests, there is close supervision of the examinee by the test administrator. Hence, there is better chance to detect the influence of distracting elements during the test. The test administrator can establish rapport with the students to obtain their cooperation, which may enhance the correct score. On the other hand, the group test, there is less opportunity to establish rapport with the examinee as the group is too large. The test administrator is usually busy with the instructions and test procedures. Individual tests are more suitable for young children as they get distracted in group and it would be easy to control them individually. They are more suitable in clinical setting, whereas a group test are more suitable in educational setting for selection, comparison, and for evaluation of achievement of students. Individual tests, if we see the examples, Binet-Simon scale, Wechsler's intelligence scale for children. For group test, examples are Army Alpha test, Cattell's culture free test. Now coming to the limitations of individual tests. Individual intelligence tests require skilled and experienced administrators. Only a person who is well aware of the testing procedure can administer the test. It is time consuming as it is administered to one person at a time. If there are many people to be tested, the test administrator would have to devote a lot of time for it. It is uneconomical in the sense it needs ample amount of money and labor to construct the items and standardize it on a representative sample. Apart from this, it is very difficult to construct and standardize an individual test. Limitations of group test. Group tests, though very useful in testing large number of people at a time, but they may not be useful in case of very young children or problematic children, as they cannot be tackled in a group, but require special attention on the part of the test administrator. Further, they say that group tests are comparatively less reliable, as there is intensive supervision and examination which is clearly visible in individual testing is lacking in group administration of the test. So it lowers the reliability of the test scores. Lack of personal element in its administration. There is a lack of personal element in group test as the number of students is quite large. It is not possible to relate individually with each of them. Establishing relationship, establishing rapport with the students may assist in gaining the confidence of the examinee. Another way by which we can classify an intelligence test is on the basis of nature of items. That is the type of questions in a test. On the basis of nature of items, we can say they are verbal test and performance test. Usually, there are two types, verbal and performance. Here, we have added another type that is non-verbal, or we can say non-language test, or we can say culture-free or culture-fair test. Now, the first type of test in this respect are verbal tests. As it is evident from the term verbal, it is a test based on language. Here, the items of the test, that is, the questions in the test, are in written form, and even the instructions of the test are delivered through language. So, such tests are usually for people who understand the particular language in written or in oral form. So, these tests can be administered only to examinees which are literate. Generally or by nature, these tests are group tests. Although I've given examples both of individual and group test here, we can see the examples here. On the individual basis, it is Binet-Simon scale, Stanford Binet intelligence scale, a revised scale of Binet-Simon. Another example is Army Alpha test. It is a group test, group verbal test, and Army General Classification test is another example in this respect. Now, just to show you the type of items or questions put up in a verbal test, I've taken the example of verbal items of Wechsler scale. In a verbal test, usually the items are of following types. These are based on information, a particular piece of information, or comprehension, understanding through language, based on arithmetic, numerals, digits, etc., expecting or showing similarities, digit span, based on vocabulary or word reasoning. These are the types of items which we can include while constructing a verbal test, or we can say in a verbal test, these are the type of items which are usually found. Limitations of verbal tests, though they are very useful in educational setting, but they have certain limitations. These tests can be administered only to those who are literate, who can use and understand the language. On people who cannot understand language or a particular language, such tests cannot be administered. As language has a cultural context, language is influenced by the cultural, social, and economic conditions of a place. So, these tests cannot be administered on foreigners as well as on illiterates. So, these are the limitations of verbal tests. Another type of test on the basis of nature of items is the performance test. Here, the examinee has to perform certain tasks on the basis of which he may be scored, on the basis of which his intelligence score may be given to him. So here the questions are in the form of some manipulative task. The examinee has to manipulate the objects or articles to achieve the expectations of the test. Here the instructions may be given through use of language, but language is not used or required to answer the items. Questions are generally answered through some task. It can be administered on literates as well as illiterates, on speech defectives, people who cannot understand language, who are not very much efficient with the use of language, can be tested through these performance tests, as well as preschool children who are not much efficient with the use of language. So these tests can be administered to a wide variety or wide range of people. All type of people can be tested through performance tests. Examples, most popular example here is the Army Beta test, which was used during First World War, and Coe's block design test. Coe's block design test is an individual test, whereas Army Beta test is a group test based on performance. Now here are the type of items which can be used in a performance test. Here again I have taken the example of Wechsler's scale. Wechsler in his scale has given the following types of performance items. These are digits in the form of symbols. There are picture completion task. There is a block design task given. Blocks are given and we have to design something on the basis of these blocks. Picture arrangement. There may be some pictures which are to be arranged so that the picture looks beautiful. There is another type of task given here is the object assembly, to assemble the object in a proper or in the manner which is expected. Matrix reasoning, on the basis of matrix they give some task or work which have to be managed or arranged. And another type of items are mazes, where we have to reach through the given passage, through the given ways, to the given paths to a certain level. So these are the types of items which we can use in a performance test. Limitations of performance test. Construction of a performance test is a difficult task. Thinking, designing and writing down the items is a creative work. Only a person who is adept in creating it and is well aware of the requirements of different tasks, keeping the objectives of the test in mind, can construct a performance test. Not only a skilled person is required for test construction, but for administration also, very experienced and skilled administrator is required. It is less practical to administer as the performance test requires a special setting and special arrangements. To administer a test becomes very difficult at times, as well as it becomes very less practical to administer it. Another type of test on the basis of nature of items is non-verbal test or non-language test. They may be called culture free test or culture fair test because there's no use of language in test items or in giving instructions. Test items are in the form of figures, symbols, where the examinee has to establish relationship between them. Instructions are given through gestures, pantomime, demonstration, etc. They may be called paper pencil test, but paper pencil is used just to mark non-linguistic remarks. It is not used for reading and writing purposes. So, as there is no use of language in any form, so they can be administered to people of different cultures. They can be administered to mentally deficient people, people who are physically handicapped, or foreign language examinees. Popular examples of such type of tests are Raven's progressive matrices, Cattle's culture fair intelligence test, and Goodenough's Drawman test. Here is an example of non-verbal item. How items in non-verbal test can be represented. I've taken the example from Raven's progressive matrices. Here we can see that the pattern of matrices is before us and the last one is blank. The examinee has to select from the options provided below to fit in the blank space. So this is how non-verbal items are put forward. This is just an specimen. There are many other types of items in the category of non-verbal items. This is just an example. Coming to the limitations of non-verbal tests, it is difficult to construct, difficult to administer. It requires skilled and experienced administrator. Now, when we talk of limitations of certain type, it is usually in comparison to some other type. So, relatively or comparatively to verbal tests, non-verbal tests are difficult to construct and administer. With this, we have done with different types of intelligence test. I hope you must have understood. Looking forward to your feedbacks. Thank you.